Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another of our fabulous, which I consider great, Saturday fan film reviews that we do. Yeah, well, now we know the echo is working. Anyway, welcome everyone. We are here again to cover another Star Wars great fan film known as Vader: Shards of the Past Part One. It comes from a suggestion, actually, from our friend Charlotte Nightstar the Werewolf. There was a gentleman there named Star Wars Theory, that is his YouTube channel, and he is trying to put out a trilogy of his own of events that would have uh, occurred just after the incidents there with Return of the Sith, and then going into A New Hope to Star Wars 4. And with me, of course, is my sidekick over there. I can never point right. Sci-Fi Sith Dan. How you doing, Dan?
Oh, still I'm kicking, just still trying to wake up and have a nice cup of tea to soothe my throat.
Oh, sweet. And let's see. Okay. Our friend Palandoy is sending or a message, so let me send him the StreamYard link. There we go. And let's try this again.
Scarlett, if you're able to, if Mikey contacts you through Facebook, you may want to check your Facebook links. There may be a little delay.
Yeah, there might be a slight delay there. Yeah, I'm afraid to share the link, Charlotte, because there's Palin. He's in.
Hello.
Hey, welcome to the panel. Our other fine friend here, Mr. Palin. How are you, Palin?
Doing fine.
Fantastic. And there is Charlotte Nightstar the Werewolf. She's Batgirl. Hello, Charlotte. Welcome. You got it? Okay, fantastic. I think we're going to have Scott, our friend Anchorman is going to be here, I hope. I just resent him the link as well, so hopefully you can get him in here. And let's see. Yeah, so just to cover the chat here real quick, we have really 3 basic questions. It's going to be very quick today, but we'll have some fun with it. So I said, welcome to our Star Wars fan film review. We should start on time. Well, we were only a few seconds late. There is my beautiful wife, Moon Pie, and Deja Vu's mom, Suzanne. She is supervising the chat today until we do get help from Sir Lemon Pie and from Connie Cleary. And here is our friend Sif Dan. Hello there. And there is Love, Star Wars Theory from Charlotte. And she says, post me the link, Mikey. I will do a reaction video today on my thoughts for sure. Okay, totally cool. She also says StreamYard link. Yes, I do send that through Facebook Messenger now. Let's see here. Sif Dan says hello there to Charlotte. And Charlotte says, hello, Sif Dan. And share the link, Mikey. Yeah, you got it. Okay, cool. And there's Patrick Wise. Hello, Patrick. Hello, Force users. Hey, Patrick, if you want to join the crew, I could send you a link as well to your Facebook if you have time, if you're available. You know what? Here, I'll send you a link as well. Give me a chance here, Patrick. Okay.
Mikey, are you familiar with him enough to trust him to come on the panel if he's able to not be a troll on the panel?
He's not a troll, Dan. Patrick Wise is actually one of our closest family members.
From 40 plus years.
From 40 plus years. So, yeah, I just sent him the link. No, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. And so, welcome everybody on the panel. And Charlotte says, yo. Okay, so there's Patrick. And there's Anchorman. He says, hey, could I have a different link? It isn't working for me. I did send it to you, Scott. In a few minutes, I'll try to send it to you another time, okay?
He does.
When you're sending ain't working or letting me log in since I'm using a phone. Oh, okay. Well, I don't have a different one to send. It's the only one I got. And he says, yeah, please send. Okay. Yep, I did. And there's Scott. Okay. So I'm just going over the people we've got so far. All right, cool. And Palin, if you want to say something in the chat there and I can get you put up here in the list of people that have come today, which I appreciate. So, okay. Oh, thank you, Patrick. All right. And there he is. Hello, hello. There we go, Palin. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So, to my fellow panelists, and we got 7 people watching in the chat. Fantastic. Okay. So, it really is simple today. All we're going to do is, first of all, we assume that you've already seen it. So, that's totally cool. I just want to know what your initial impression is of the film. What was your favorite scene in the film? And then just give a letter grade. Give it an A, B, C, D, or who the F cares, right? So you can say that if you want. As for me, I'll go first. And I did say that I enjoyed it thoroughly. I do think that if there was canon involved, I could say that you could use this Vader Shards of the Past as being like maybe directly right after Return of the Sith, okay? Because they still, in part 2, he's supposed to run into Mace Windu, who you thought died at the end of Sith, but he's still alive. Spoilers. And then of course, if you go with the next one we already covered, which was Kenobi, perfect alignment, and then it goes right to New Hope, Star Wars. So my favorite scene, of course, was where Vader came. Well, of course, it's still Anakin underneath that suit, but the mechanical suit. But he comes to the realization that Emperor Palpatine really sold him a rube, and he is pissed, and he doesn't know what else to do. And he kills the side guards, and he goes over, he tries to kill Emperor Palpatine. Somehow Palpatine's still breathing, so I don't know how he got out of that fight with Vader, but that was my favorite scene in it. And then a little bit of that part 2 that the Star Wars Theory guy created, to where you could see Mace Windu coming out of the shadow facing Anakin Vader, for the second time. And they're by themselves in this cave after he's already killed a few stormtroopers and stuff. So that looks like a really great part 2 that he's going to do. So I gave it an A. That was my grade. I gave it an awesome A because I thought, Kenobi's great, and then this was great. So Sif Dan, do you want to go next, or do you want the young lady?
All right. Well, I'll go next. Well, for me,
Okay.
since I'm a huge Vader fan and he's my favorite character, I have more than one scene actually. The first scene that I liked was the whole Darth Vader Palpatine scene as a possible revenge fantasy that Vader did with the Emperor. That was fascinating because it showed Vader is purely on instinct right now. He has what's left of him besides Padme, which he knows is gone, is his rage and his vengeance. Because when he's there in Palpatine's throne room in his vision, I can actually feel the frustration, the anger, and the hatred that Vader has for the Emperor in that scene. Because I can actually see it, like, you promised me to save Padme, yet you did not. For that you must pay, Emperor. Now die. And
Wow.
yeah, and then where in his fantasy he's able to grab Palpatine's throat and actually snap it. And then after that scene where it goes into Vader and Padme, a vision of his dead wife, which we later find out a few seconds later it's actually Palpatine, because he's testing Vader in this vision too, because Palpatine knows that Vader is still in love with his former wife Padme. He's testing him to see if he really let go of Padme, because it starts with the Empire of the past, and he's trying to teach Vader, yes, your wife is dead. Use her death. Use your anger towards me to fuel your power, to fuel the dark side. Fuel use it as fuel for the dark side. And later on, where Vader actually officially enters Palpatine's chambers and goes into the rule of the Sith Lords, how they operate, the rule of two, as they call it in the fandom, or people actually went head first into the lore. It actually shows how the rule of two Sith is like they're opportunists and they're out for power. If the apprentice is powerful enough and learns enough of the master's secrets and knowledge, then the apprentice is powerful enough to overthrow the master and become the new master and seek their own apprentice. And
Very cool.
And the
Very,
city is
yeah.
and the emperor was testing there, saying, "Yes, you are powerful, Vader, but are you truly powerful enough to take the next step? I'm handing back your lightsaber towards you. Now, do you have the courage or the will to turn it on to me inside my chest? I have it. I'm presenting you an opportunity to destroy me, kill me. Do it, Vader." And yet Vader says, "I can't do it, Master. I don't have it in me." And the Emperor is disappointed, saying, "That's why I'm disappointed in you, Vader. Your past self is holding you back. You have regret. Let it go. Let your grievance, your vengeance, fuel you instead of holding you back. Let it fuel you, Vader. Use it."
Oh, yeah. And by the way, Charlotte in the back did agree with you wholeheartedly, Dan. So that's a really great assessment. So was that your best scene too, where they fought with the blue lightning and he was pissed off and he wanted to hurt him with his vengeance? Yeah. And what was your grade, Dan?
I'll give this one a solid A+.
Me too. And by the way, also our friend Charlotte said, "Hey, plus infinity." That's great. That's great. Okay, and let's see. So she said, "Yo, yo, yo." Anchorman says, "Hey, could I have a different link?" I did try to send you the link, Scott. I'm sorry. It might be your connection or mine. I don't know. I really apologize if you can't get up here. Well, we'll try it a couple more times before we're done. Yeah, he says, "The one you're sending ain't working to let me log in since I'm using the phone." Let's see here. Patrick, yeah. And then hello to infinity and beyond. For some other reason I can't join, any link isn't working. Okay, Patrick, I'm sorry. Lemon pie. Good day, folks. Hello, Lemon. Welcome.
Me too.
Yeah. And lemon pie from Charlotte. And Lemon says, "Hello, Charlotte." And Jay, yes. Welcome to our panel also. Our friend Brother Jay. How you doing, Brother Jay?
Tell them about the problems we're having. Maybe we can help.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why the links, since you guys are on your phones. Oh, maybe that's what it is. Because if they're on phones, maybe. That's what Sith Dan said. Jay,
Yeah,
are you, Jay, you're muted. Hold on, Jay.
Yes, I will say this to you, Mikey. Some links or some sources may not work since they're limited by the device they're on. Some links may not work since you're on your phone and the device is too small.
Oh, maybe that's it. Yeah. Okay. I'm just going through my list here. Okay. Well, I don't know what else to do, folks. I mean, I put in the StreamYard. I have everything linked. Yes.
Howdy.
Alan?
I'm just so proud to be here.
Oh, there you are, Jay. Now we got you.
Sorry.
Welcome, Jay.
I was
yeah.
having to bend down to pick up these Chex pieces that I dropped on the floor, and Renee's not here, so.
Oh, whoops.
Oh,
Okay.
God, my back.
And
what y'all
Charlotte
doing?
said to you, yeah, Charlotte said to you,
Charlotte, I loved your new song. I loved it.
Yeah, glad to have made a super fan out of Jay. Yep, he's a super fan. Yeah, he definitely is. Okay, so Charlotte, you gave it an A plus to infinity. You loved it. I know you did. If you want to tell us in the chat or in the backstage there, what was the scene that stood out to you since you loved it? And do you believe that it should be like legitimate canon? Maybe I can ask you that too. That it should be right there before you run into A New Hope. Into Episode 4. Because like I said, I think it should go. After Return of the Sith, it should be Shards of the Past, and then going into Kenobi, and then it goes to Episode 4.
She can't talk because if she does, I'll go completely nuclear. Can't stand myself. Oh God,
What's
you got a
that?
beautiful voice.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
well,
Then
Jay,
I'm posting it. I don't do
She
this.
gets the
normally.
engine revving.
Well, Jay.
Even for an old guy like me.
Well, Jay.
Okay.
And Renee too. Then that's getting me worried.
Well, Jay, I will say this to you. If Charlotte does that to you, you may want to pause for a second and then pray to God, saying, "Please, God, give me the strength. Don't make me turn out like George Claude Frollo and the Hunchback of Notre Dame, please."
Okay. All right. So
I
Anchorman
don't
said
even
maybe
know what that
send it in
means,
the
but
chat
anyway.
for a quick second, then delete it. Okay, Anchorman. Let's see if you're in. Hold on. There he is. Hello and welcome, Scott. Anchorman.
I made it.
Yep. Okay. I'm going to delete the
Thank you
comments.
so much.
I did that. You're welcome. And if Eli, Scott, if Eli is having the same issue, have him come to the chat. I'll post it real quickly for him.
Did
Have
you
him make
message
sure
him? Did he
that
reply?
I messaged him, but I didn't get a quick reply from him. But I did send him the link. So if he does,
I
if it
wish
doesn't
He might
work
be
for
doing
him,
something.
send it to him, and then or he can come into the chat and I can send it to him. It's not an issue.
I wish
really
to
isn't.
heck that the makers of Chex Mix would make a different bag of Chex Mix that just had everything except those two little, the light and brown cracker things. I hate them.
Yeah. Okay. And Charlotte just responding here. So she said Vader's conflict inside with Padme and the dark side, everything was great. So she basically agreed with you, and I did too, Sif Dan. I think that that's a great
I
assessment
think it
of
was.
what was going on in his mind when he's realizing, okay, first of all, the Emperor treated me like a total douchebag. Here I am, like I'm Vader, and now I'm supposed to kill all these Jedi and everything. But then I just lost Padme because he promised me he was going to
But
keep
Daddy,
Padme.
I don't want to
That
kill
didn't happen.
people. I said kill them.
Well, he almost did. It was like the Blue Lightning. That whole fight scene was fantastic. Like
Lord
he's
Vader,
going
you
full for Blue
will
Lightning.
do what I say, or I
Yeah.
will frickin' put you
I
in
will
timeout.
kill you. Yeah, he says
That is a good impression, Jay.
Yeah, I mean, it was just it was amazing. And then of course she's laughing at Jay. Okay, so let's go. All right, so we'll go to Palin, and then we'll go to Scott, and then we'll go to Jay. So Palin, you're next. If you want to unmute yourself there, my friend. Let me know what stood out for you, what you think of it, the movie or the fan film itself, and then if you want to give the letter grade.
Sure. I mean, I really, really enjoyed that quite a bit. As Charlotte was saying, you could really get a good sense of that conflict from within the Anakin versus the Vader phase.
Oh, absolutely.
One thing that I kept sticking to, and this is more of I don't know if it's a nitpick or just a me thing. One thing that I've always liked about the Star Wars universe is like the setting, like the visual settings. And I think that while they did a good job with the characters, and overall, this is an A. It is an A. The initial throne room that Vader met Palpatine in was really small. I called it the conference room of evil. And
Yes.
that kept bothering me for some reason. I'm like, this should be like a little wider, it's like gloomier, but whatever. Aside from that,
do you agree? Yeah, I don't mean to interrupt, but do you agree that this could easily follow, like, basically you got this, then you got Kenobi, and then you got, New Hope, just in that row, just like in a line, like it's perfectly lined up.
well, yes. Actually, this almost followed from the end of Revenge of the Sith to like a Star Wars comic I saw where Vader was being electrocuted by Palpatine in Revenge, and like this is almost a reimagining of that scene. Not quite
Very
one to
cool.
one, but close enough. And I loved it. And I really could see this being canon.
Ooh, kinky.
Kinky.
I loved it.
What do you say is kinky? Brother
Your
Jay.
black suit does it for
Yikes.
me, Lord Vader.
Vader. Yeah. So, Palin, you gave it a straight up A, I'm guessing.
Yeah, and like I said, the only ding I gave it was that one conference room of evil thing. But apart from that, like everything was on point, and
Definitely.
I would love to see more. And I know that there is a part 2 in the works. It's just not finished yet.
For what
I
I've
was
seen,
about to
and I
ask,
hope
where's
you
part
guys all
2?
saw it too. Yeah, I hope you guys saw it too. He realizes that the stormtroopers that he sent down there getting wiped out, and he goes down there, and then he sees coming out of the shadows his Mace Windu, and I was like, "Holy frack!" I'm like, and then that's the cutoff point, right, Palin? That's like where it just goes like, cliffhanger. You're like, "Oh crap!" They met each other in the cave there, and yeah. So I mean, because he could sense him. That was kind of insane. Well, that's great. Yeah, this was a great. I have to say, this is one of the better, and I hope he does complete parts 2 and 3. This is definitely one of the better Star Wars fan films I've seen in recent memory, in my own opinion. Yeah, I really enjoy it, and I know you guys do too, and Lady. Yeah.
And if you noticed in part 2, I felt like whatever gripes I had, visuals were addressed because everything is wide sweeping. And I mean, the first was immersive, but this is on a much different level when he got to Naboo and he runs into a Windu from what I could see of it.
Yeah, I hope that he. Do you know his name? I don't even remember. What was his name? The guy that does this.
Oh,
What is
the Star Wars Theory, his actual name?
Yeah, it was first. Oh, okay. Charlotte, would you know? I don't know his first name, but I heard it once before or twice before, but I never caught it. But I mean, for now, we just call him Star Wars Theory. So,
Mike,
yeah.
so you're asking what is his real name off of YouTube, or what is his full YouTube name?
No, his full name is Star Wars Theory, but just his real life first name, Charlotte. Like, what is his first? Like, is he a Bob, a Jay, a Robert, a Jim, or something? James, or I? Oh, okay.
Dick,
Neatus
Don,
Bay.
John.
Okay. Oh, Soutane head bit. Okay. All right. Well, we'll just call him Neatus. How about that? We'll stay with that.
Mikey, I think Charlotte is trolling you unless that is indeed his real name.
I know she's trying to kind of hate it.
Might be.
Might be, yeah.
I just looked it up. I think it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Sounds like he's Hindu.
He could be. Well, he could be. I don't know. Let's move on here to our friend here, Scott Anchorman. Scott, go ahead and tell us what you thought of the film, a scene that might have stood out for you, and your letter grade.
I thought this fan film was a lot of fun. I think there's scenes that look really well. I like the themes of Darth Vader in it, and I think my favorite scene was probably the opening action scene with him and the clone troopers and Palpatine.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I wish the movie was a little longer, but I think I'll check out part 2 when it comes out.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that is his real. Okay, that is his real name. So it does sound like he's Middle Eastern. Let's see here. Hold on. Yeah, so it does sound like he's Middle Eastern. Neatus Dadbay and Charlotte showed me his resume. So okay, so Neatus. We'll just go with Neatus. It's easier to say. The last part is kind of like more Middle Eastern kind of sounding. It's really hard for me to say. I gotta be honest. I mean, I could say it a lot of times, but then I probably wouldn't get it right. Yeah, send the photo of Mikey on your Facebook. Okay, thank you. Yeah, first name is Star. Just kidding. LOL Lemon. Dad Bad? No, Dad Bay. It's Dadbeh, like in a Harry. Yeah. that bay. Yeah. And Kapla, hello, Gorilla Censored Thoughts. Welcome, welcome, my friend. And hello, Gorilla from Lemon Pie. Okay, so I'm sorry, Scott. So you were saying, and hello, Scurvy. Okay, so we got all that taken care of. All
Hello,
right.
my baby.
So-
Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime gal.
Okay, so Scott, what was your final grade? You said that you enjoyed like the interplay of the role, and yeah,
Yeah, I thought the Vader role was really good. I think the
Yeah.
costume looked really good too.
everything looked great, right? Like it's
Yeah.
like Palin said, everything was on point. It was just perfect choreography, everything. So you gave it? Did you give it an A?
Yeah, I'd give it an A.
Awesome.
Oh,
That
I'm
is
going to be
awesome.
seeing Star Wars. I think Star Wars Fury is going to a convention
Oh, he is.
next
Oh,
week.
nice.
The one I'm going to.
Oh, cool.
Uh,
When is that? When is that coming?
Saturday, the 22nd.
Oh, next week. Oh,
Mm.
sweet. Well, you know what? When
I'm
we
meeting
see
there.
you,
I'm going there to meet Charlie Cox's Daredevil. But if Star Wars Fury is
Okay.
there, maybe I'll go say hi. I don't know.
yeah. Well, if you run into Neotus, yeah, please tell him welcome from us, and we're eagerly anticipating his parts 2 and 3 for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for Vader, definitely. It looks like a definite keeper. I'm definitely looking forward to it. All right, Jay, hold on for just a second. So, yeah, Star Wars Theory is called Twos, short for Neo Twos. I see. Okay. And then she said he goes to several conventions nowadays. So he might be there with you, Scott. That'd be awesome. Yeah, his first name Star Wars, last name Theory. and sells Star Wars sabers of his brand, Theory Sabers. And he says there's the address for that www.theorysabers, all one word.com. Okay, very cool. And yeah, I just put that, so I'll put both there. All right, awesome. Charlotte, you've been most helpful. Thank you so much for that, darling. Very cool. All right, so let's get finally here to Mr. Brother Jay. Jay, like I just said, what did you think of it? What was the scene that stood out to you, and what's your letter grade? What did you think? Jay?
Sorry.
So what'd you think of it?
It sucked. I mean, it bites. God,
Why?
what a horrible film. God.
Why?
No. I loved it.
Damn
There's
you!
an
Would
A
you
plus
stop
plus
doing
plus
that?
plus 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 plus, and I give it a 1 out of 5. Shit,
1
Lord
out of
forgive me.
5?
I give it a 5 out of 5 and a 10 out of 10 and a 100 out of 100. I can't believe
Nice.
I like the Star Wars fan film.
You know what? That's a shock because usually you're very picky about those. Because we've talked about it in the past, you and I, about Star
I
Trek and
just
Star Wars. Yeah,
So much so that afterwards something
yeah,
popped up on my suggestions to watch
yeah,
next. And I said,
yeah.
oh, what the hey, Renee is over at her house because a tree fell on her yard. So she's
Oh
trying to
no.
find somebody to come and clear it. And I said, I ain't got anything else to do except nothing. So I touched the video and I recommend this to everybody if you haven't seen it and you don't know about it. It's called Star Wars SC, I think it's 38. I sent it to you,
SC38?
Mikey. I sent it
Okay,
to you in
you know what?
Messenger.
Thank you. Yeah, send it to me in Facebook Messenger. I'll take a look at it.
I did.
And like I said, in 2 weeks,
And
you know,
if you
yeah.
can, send it to everybody in the chat if you can. In the panel.
I'm
In
pretty
the
sure
panel.
I think I know what Jay is talking about, but I'll try not to spoil it. But I will go into some
It
detail.
was the remastering of the first fight between Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi, old Obi-Wan Kenobi, on the Death
Yeah,
Star in the
There it
first
is.
Star Wars movie. And
right.
it's a remastering. And man, It is great. There's even a video that shows you behind the scenes how they recreated it, because it isn't just all uh what's it called, CGI 3D or whatever. It's actual people acting like Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi, and it's great.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jay, and I have seen. You know what? I think because Sif Dan mentioned that too. I do believe I had seen that redone, and I think it's great. I think it's really done well. I do. So, panel, let me ask you: would you like me to go ahead and do that one for? Let's do that one for in 2 weeks, because next week we're gonna start with Star Trek. By the way, I want to mention there is a poll. Any of the panel here, if you get a chance, please vote in the poll. We asked if you want us to go ahead and start doing the Star Trek fan films that coordinate with the 5-year mission of the original series. And that's preferably James Cawley with his episodes he did as technically being season 4 of the 5 years, and then Vic Mignogna finishing with his 5-year journey with his 11 episodes that come from there. So
Yeah.
what we asked was, so in the poll we asked, did you want to have us do starting with the Star Trek New Voyages, which would have been phase 2 according
Yes.
to Eugene Roddenberry Jr., or do you want us to go with another Star Trek fan film like Axanar or one of those
New
other ones?
voyages, new voyages, new
New
voyages.
Voyages. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, there's a
I'm
poll. Well,
I'm
I'll
uh
just make it easier to
I'm
poll
I'm
Dan.
in the
Ask him that.
minority. I'm in the minority.
Nice.
I'm the only one probably hit new voyages. Everybody else did fan films,
Yeah. Well, I know, and this is
which
wonderful today.
technically
Even though we
new
have one
voyages
percent,
is a fan film.
it is. It is. And so it continues. Both of them are fan film series. Yeah. Created by the fans, for the fans. And like we all found out, James Cawley and Vic Mignogna are best of buddies, as far as I know, currently. And they were the kids that were running around the sets when their fathers were working on the original series. So, I mean,
Where have I
you
heard that
can't get
before?
any closer. Well, I'm just saying you can't get any closer to dedication, inspiration, and love for the series that you watched growing up, literally just being there on set, as you do with Star Trek, the original series. And I'm just so proud. I'm so glad that Cawley and Mignogna took the time, took the money that they could get together for themselves, because originally they had to put their monies together, right? Then they had to find the studio space. Then they had to make sure they could find some of the people that were still alive that worked on the original series. They could rebuild the sets, put everything there together. I just think it's done well. I mean, it is. I
Well,
never had an
actually,
issue seeing one.
they got the blueprints from I can't remember who it was, but they got the original blueprints of the bridge and the hallways and everything. And
And everything.
they also used just watching Star Trek and pausing the video and
Yeah.
just looking at it and recreating it. But I don't know if they used original people because the at the
Well, they did
time
use
there
some
was no
guest stars.
there was at the time there was no restrictions to use anybody that has ever worked with Star Trek, because the new rule
Right.
says you can't have any of the original any actors that acted in Star Trek. You can't pay them, and they don't want them to be on the fan films.
Right.
So
But they went against that, obviously. Well,
yeah,
here's the best. Here's the best. I think two great. Obviously. And then I can ask the panel too if they agree with this. When I saw the first time I saw Star Trek New Voyages, I love the fact that Cawley went right from Turnabout Intruder, imitated it, recreated it, did whatever was possible, and it was him being Kirk, of course. And then, Janice is taken away, blah, blah, blah. Jonas Lester, and then it just goes right into it. So then it's like New Voyage. It's like a continuation, which I thought was fantastic. And then, when you started with Continues, he got the guy from Apollo. He came back. He's alive, Michael Forrest or whoever he is, and he came back and he's there, and he's and his wife dies, and and everything. He goes nuts, and Kirk is encountering him again, and Vic Mignogna, and I'm just like, it's perfect. I love it. Yeah, it fits like a perfect timeline for me. Just going from basically, like I said, it's like TOS, and if you want to be really technical, you could go Enterprise and put that first. Then you got TOS, and then TAS, and then you got New Voyages, and then you've got Continues. And as I said, it comes right to Star Trek: The Motionless Picture, right after Star Trek Continues episode 11. Well, the part 2 of the two-parters. So, yeah,
If I may.
it's just perfectly laid out, huh?
If I may,
Yeah.
I love my favorite fan film is, I'm trying to think of it. Dang, they just did a fan film, y'all. If y'all know about it, please help me with the name. It was a fan film, and they recreated. They made it into the ship as from Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, but it's not a Constitution class; it's a Miranda class or something.
Okay, I got somebody else in the chair here, Patrick. There's
It was
Patrick.
Star Trek
Patrick, oh my God,
Farragut.
you made
Star Trek Farragut. I love Star Trek Farragut. That's my favorite fan film.
You know which one I actually kind of like too is Axanar. Axanar is very cool. Yeah.
He will never come out with a film. It's been, what, 10, 15 years?
They've
He
been
spent
waiting.
that money on. He
know.
spent all that $1 million on his lawsuit when it was supposed to be for the fan film. I say everybody that gave money to him, sue him.
And Patrick, I want to introduce you. Hello, everyone. This is our brother, Patrick Wise. He's also in Washington State, just like Miss Charlotte there is. And Patrick, I want you to say hello to Stiff Dan. I know you've seen him before. Welcome, Palin. Say hello to Palin there. Our friend Anchorman, say hello to him. Brother Jay. And there is Charlotte, your fellow neighbor there in Washington State. So welcome, Patrick. And Palin says, ahoy, Patrick. Welcome, my friend. How's your sound working there, Patrick?
I hear you loud and clear.
Oh, fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Patrick, have you seen this before? Have you seen Vader Shape?
I started watching it, and my life is upside down with interruptions and stuff. I take care of my dad, and he's always ringing the bell, and I got a puppy here, and so on and so forth. But so no, I haven't watched it in its entirety yet.
But what did you think of it so far?
Well, I like the direction it's taken and what it's trying to do there for bridging that gap.
Yeah. Yeah, I just want to. I'm so glad to see you, brother. Really am.
Yeah.
Everyone here, and our little sister Charlotte. Everybody here is fantastic. It's great to see all of you here in the panel. Yeah, let's catch up with the chat, as Gorilla likes to say. Sif Dan says there's a poll. Well, yes, Mikey's getting ready to pole dance and ask for tips. Okay, well, you're gonna have to give me a lot of money, Dan.
No, that'd be Renee.
Oh, yeah, that'd be Renee. Or Charlotte could do it, Charlotte wouldn't mind, I guess. Well, maybe she would. I wouldn't put her through that hell.
I'll pay good money to see that.
Come on now. Jay is drawing a blank. I guess he was memory wiped by the MIB memory wiper. Can't spell the name. Oh, you mean the neuralizer?
Yeah.
Yeah, the neuralizer. Yeah. It's NEURALYZER. That's a neuralizer. Charlotte is laughing at Sif Dan. That's my showgirl sequel. Okay. Also, poor agent. Yes, absolutely. And she says, "Hi, Patrick," from Charlotte, and ahoy, Patrick from Pellin, and also let's see here. Sci-fi sit down says, "I'm surrounded by Jedi. I'm surrounded by Jedi." Hey, I'm a Sith Lord. Come on. There's a couple of us. We're okay. And there's Curtis Selby. Good afternoon, folks. He's running some errands. Wanted to leave a comment, share out the stream, and I will leave this on in the background. We'll love ya all. Oh, well, thank you, Brother Curtis. You're fantastic. He's our tired midnight blogger. Helps us out on a lot of shows. Charlotte says, "Do you want the first Andor episode on YouTube, Mikey and all?" Yeah, eventually, Charlotte. I just want to see what the results of the poll are going to show today. See, hopefully everybody's voting on it. Yeah, Andor is Star Wars, by the way. Yes, I was thinking of doing Andor as well. And then Charlotte says, "Hi, Curtis." Ooh, cool. All right, so Patrick likes it. So I guess we all agree that Vader Shards of the Past Part 1 is an A material. It should be right there as hopefully as Star Wars canon. Definitely. I think it should be a big part of it. Let's see. Charlotte just sent me a message. Oh yeah, there's Andor. Okay, thank you, Charlotte. Yep, I got it in my messenger. I'm going to keep it there. All right, very cool. Yeah. All right, so guys and young lady, let me ask you another question here real quick. Have you seen any of the Star Trek for next week? Have you seen any of the Star Trek New Voyages or Continues? And if you have, which one would you prefer? If we decide to do one or the other, you know. And I'm going to start with Patrick. So, Patrick, what do you think? Should we pursue Star Trek New Voyages first? You know, kind of follow like the timeline, or should we go just kind of skip it and go with Continues with Monona? What do you think?
Well, logically,
Logically? I kind of lost you there when you said logically.
Patrick, you may want to double check your connection or your speaker on your phone.
Yes, that'd be helpful. Well, he knows. I mean, he's had issues before. Let's see. And then Curtis says, "Woo!" to Charlotte. There we go. Okay, well, I have no problem getting right back to Patrick there because I know he works on his connection. So, Charlotte, you're next. I wanted to ask you, hon, have you seen either Star Trek New Voyages or Continues? And if you have seen either one, which one do you think we should do? Which one do you think we should pursue for starting next Saturday, right? That'd be the 22nd. So what do you think, Charlotte? Just let me know in the in the private chat, or if you want to say it in the chat room. It's totally fine. And Brother Jay, I know you've seen them. I know you've seen those. So which one appeals to you? Do you want to just follow the progress?
Well, as always, I get things confused and backwards. So when the poll said new voyages, I thought that was Vic Mignogna's Star Trek show. I like his.
Okay, so you like his over?
I like his better.
Polly came before him, though. Vic came over.
Yeah, no, but I like his better because it was it was just better.
Yeah. And we lost Patrick. Oops. Okay. Well, Patrick, if you can get back, please come on back, sir. We'd love to have you come back with us. Yeah, Charlotte says, "I feel bad. I don't know where to find those, but feel free to share on my Facebook or Discord or X." Yeah, on your Facebook Messenger, Charlotte, I will definitely send you the YouTube channels for both Kali and Monona. Okay, eventually I will. And like this next week. And as long as we find out what's with the poll at the end of this, we'll go with what the poll says. So, because right now we're deciding between whether we should do, start with Colley's New Voyages or just go with another Star Trek fan film. So, yeah, like Farragut or any of the other ones that are out there. So, yeah, that's okay, Charlotte. Don't worry
Is
about it.
Charlotte
I'll
talking
get back
about
with you.
that she can't find New Voyages or Continues? Because you can find
Yeah,
it
Star Trek.
on YouTube.
Yeah. Well, they're on YouTube. Both of them are. Star Trek New
Yeah,
Voyages, I know, has its own
if
channel.
that's what she's
Star Trek
referring
Continuous
to.
has its own channel. Yeah, that's what she's referring to. Yeah, no, they're found on YouTube, but Charlotte can't always because she's busy. She does a lot of stuff. So I said, yeah, no problem. I can send them to your Facebook, no problem. So, thank you, Charlotte. Yes, I will. And she says, please do. Thank you so much. Yeah, absolutely. Don't mind helping at all. All right, so I think I know where you stand, Brother Jay. We probably could start with New Voyages, definitely, if that's a possibility. Scott, what do you think? Have you, Anchorman, have you seen any of the Star Trek fan films like New Voyages or Continues?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, I
Well,
just watched the Star Wars ones.
the Star Wars ones? Okay. Well, would you be interested in any of the Star Trek fan film series?
Maybe, since I'm not really a big Star Trek fan, but maybe it could get me interested in the world.
Very cool. Well, then I'll tell you what. Next week I'll send you guys both the Star Trek New Voyages and the Continues. I'll send it to all of our panel here. There you are, Brother Jay. Wow, I see your face. where? No, I'm just kidding.
Not a Star Trek fan?
Yeah.
Amen.
I'm Charlotte says,
Oh, Lord.
Dang! I'm a Star Trek fan. Charlotte is too. Come on. And LOL. Okay. All right. So Palin. I know you're a huge fan of the Star Trek fan films. So what do you think? You wanna go ahead and we'll start with the first episode of New Voyages, or would you rather just skip to Continues? I don't have a problem doing either one. So
I don't think I've ever watched either actually. So if anyone has like a link to it, just so I can watch it, so I can weigh in on it, sure.
sure, absolutely. Yeah. So everybody, I've got everybody listed here in the panel, and I need to put Patrick in there too. So this way, I have a list of all of our friends here on the panel that help us out, and I can send you each one of you, to your Facebooks. I can messengers. I can send you the direct link to Star Trek New Voyages that Kali does on YouTube, and then I can send you the Star Trek Continues that Vic Monona does on there. So I can do that for everybody next week, and I will. And if we do vote, like I said in the poll, please vote on the poll. We've only got another 12 minutes on that poll, and then we're going to stop, and then we'll see what the results are. And if it is Star Trek New Voyages, we will go with the very first episode, which is the way that Kali listed is season 4, episode 1. And I will send you a copy of that then also next week, guys and gals. And gal right there. Yeah, Palin. So yeah, definitely I will send you something.
Hey, Mikey.
Sif, yeah. Jay.
Don't mean to change subject or anything, but
Oh
if
no,
I
go
don't
ahead.
say it while I'm thinking about it, my memory. I was
Uh-huh.
looking up something on YouTube to watch after this is over with, and I came across a video that I've been watching. It is wonderful. If anybody loves comedy, there is a 2005 comedy called The War at Home. It is hilarious. It has 2 seasons. It's great. You need to watch it. Okay, that's it.
Oh, okay. If you remember the title there of it posted in the private chat, each of our panel members will be able to take a look at the title and then type that in for YouTube. We'll check it out. Definitely. And you can also type that in the regular chat here too, Jay. Got a chance to do that. Alrighty. I guess last but not least is with Sif Dan here. Appreciate your patience, Dan. So as far as new voyages and continues, I mean, what do you think? Do you think we should go ahead and start with those, or did you want to try another Star Trek fan film differently?
Well, I have seen parts of one. I just don't know what they are exactly. It's where they're in their TOS uniforms, basically. I've seen parts of it, scenes of it, but beyond that, I haven't really seen in either of projects.
Right, but I mean, what do you think of them initially? I mean, since you've only seen like a part, I know you can't give a full justifiable until you watch it, but in its entirety. But what do you think? I mean, initially, you think that they're done well, or what?
Well, from the scenes I saw, I think they were in a conference room talking to characters, and for a conference room scene, it was okay.
Okay. All right. Well, like I said, in about another 9 minutes or so. So, in less than 10 minutes, I will end the poll, and we'll take a look at the results, and we'll share them on the screen, and then we'll see where we go from here. So, as far as Star Trek fan films, now in 2 weeks, we have so now we have our first suggestion for a Star Wars fan film in 2 weeks from today, since we do this every other week. So, Jay, you called it SC-38. Is that what you called it from Star Wars?
I think so, Mikey. Hang on 1 second, and I can look it up real quick.
Okay. Because I'd be willing to try that one.
Star Wars Scene 38 Reimagined.
Nice. Scene 38
That's what the
Reimagined.
SC stands for.
I got
Scene.
that. Yes. Okay. Reimagined. I can see. Okay, cool. Oh, and Brother Jay did type what the name of it is for 2 seasons, The War at Home from 2005, in the private chat. So if you type that in exactly on YouTube, you should be able to find it. I've come across it once myself. So, and let's see. Charlotte said, if there is a J on the panel, where is K? Yeah, well, we can't always accommodate MIB personnel. Can C make up for that, Sif Dan? Sure it can. Your agent C. There you go, Charlotte. How about KFC? Oh, well, we all like KFC. Yeah. Skidan! LOL. Oh, you're hilarious, Charlotte, but we love you. Okay. Alrighty. So, basically, I wanted to, first of all, before we get too deeply into stuff here, I wanted to thank Patrick Wise. I wanted to thank Sci-Fi Sif Dan, Palin, Anchorman, Brother Jay, and Charlotte Nightstar the Werewolf. I want to thank all of you for being a part of this panel this afternoon. I love the fact that you're very dedicated to checking out the fan films links that I send you during the week so that you can, thoroughly give it a chance to look at it yourselves. Think about what you want to say, when you come on the panel on Saturdays, which I love to have you, if you can make it, and tell me about the movie, what you thought, and everything. It's real simple, but it's just so great. And I think we all agree that Vader Shards of the Past Part 1, Neotus, you need to do Part 2. You need to finish it, and then you need to do Part 3 and finish it. And if you can get all 3 of those done, you're going to have a huge fan base. You already do. You have over 1 million subscribers. I know because I've seen this channel. But if you get more people to help you out financially to put out these other 2 parts, you got your trilogy. It's right there. And it's going to fulfill a perfect space in Star Trek lore, or excuse me, in Star Wars lore, and filling in the gaps between Episode 3 and Episode 4 in the Star Wars universe. So definitely, you need to just keep doing what you're doing. We all agreed it was a fantastic movie. It is short. I mean, a lot of fan films, they don't have the time to do more than maybe say a half-hour show or a half-hour movie or whatever. But I think it's just perfect. I think whatever it does is fulfills every Star Wars fans' dream, that they would like to make their own movie. They have their own suggestions. A lot of people have great ideas about what they'd like to put out there.
Yes,
And
their
posting
nipples
this
are
video.
hard right now.
Oh, very cool. Yeah. And Charlotte said she is posting this video on X and tagging the Star Wars theory to it.
Did he even
Fantastic,
hear
Charlotte.
me?
No, I didn't hear you. What'd you say, Jay? I was just
I
responding
said,
to Charlotte.
yes, the Star Wars fans' nipples are hard right now.
Yeah,
yeah. I don't know if I can speak for
yeah,
Paladin
yeah,
and Scott, though.
yeah.
I don't know if their nipples are hard for Star Wars.
Yeah, and Jay, and we know how to suck them too.
Oh God, I went too far, didn't I? I would like to. I would like to say one thing, Mikey, because I don't know if you have been on Facebook or not, but I'm praising the Lord today because I just got back results, health results. My A1C has gone down from 12.8 to a 7.
Wow.
And I've lost a total now of 28 pounds.
Yeah. Congratulations.
So, praise the Lord. Prayers are answered.
And I've lost 10 more pounds, so I'm right around 260 right now. So I'm losing weight.
260?
260, yes.
You bitch.
No.
I'm jealous.
You don't need to be jealous. Be jealous of Suzanne.
I've got 28 more pounds. Well, 29 more pounds to get to 299. Sheep dip. What are you talking about? Of course I'm jealous. Shut up.
Oh my God. And let's see. Sci-fi. I'm terrible, but I can't help it. Sif Dad, you're cool. You're fine. Don't worry about that. As long as you keep Gorilla at bay, from swinging onto your tree and
Shut up, Jay. Shut up, Jay. Shut up, Jay.
I'm sorry.
Well, I will say this: there is no gorilla to monkey around with us.
Yeah, well, that's true. I did leave. I left it for Anchorman when he came on, and I left him the link. And I'm surprised he didn't catch it and jump on himself, or or jump on himself. I don't know.
Oh,
we love Gorilla. Gorilla is a funny man, but he's a good dad to his kids and good fatherly man. And we, and he was yesterday. I just want to quickly mention this before we start heading out. He was going through two different things. He had a blizzard that was coming in from one direction, and he was going through a severe thunderstorms and possible tornadoes in another direction. So I don't know, man. He's in a between a rock and a hard place location there in Minnesota. So okay,
Lord.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go ahead and check out the. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the present here. Share on the screen. I'm going to go over here to our poll. And we'll put that in share. All right. And let's see. Let's end the poll. Okay. And let's see here.
And like, it's a frame on frame right here.
Oh yeah, I see all of our frames. Okay.
Just don't get confused, Mikey. Okay.
I'm trying not to. I'm trying not to. Um,
Like,
Let's
how do you know
see.
which one is which for you, Mikey?
well, let's see. Let's see. Full
Oh,
stage.
no, I think there's going to be a reporter is going to be no longer traveling on Air Force One because he got he I guess he was distracted
Charlotte.
and he hit the president in the mouth with the microphone.
Okay, there's the Charlotte post on X. So thank you, Charlotte. I wanted to show that too. So appreciate that, Charlotte, that you showed that to us. And it also has connection to Neotus. There he is. Dad Bay. Dad Bay. Neotus Dad Bay. That's his whole name. So yes, it's all linked to Star Wars Theory. So very cool.
Aw, ain't you
Thank you,
sweet,
Charlotte.
darling?
Yeah, she's so sweet. Okay, so thank you. Yes, for doing that. So in the poll, here we go. I'll just read it from here. So in the poll, I asked if you wanted us. We had 12 votes. Thank you so much. That's awesome. We had 12 votes. And so did you want us to start next Saturday with more of the Star Trek fan films or Star Trek New Voyages? And I think they answered our question. They want more fan films at 66%, New Voyages at 25%, and doing neither at only 8%. Okay. So
Excuse me.
what we'll do, if you folks here in the panel agree, is we will begin next. There we go. And let's see here. Let's go.
Mikey stole the show.
Oh nope, there we are. Okay, so what we'll do is we will start. Okay, so at least the poll gave me a gauge of where we could start in the future. So maybe in the next couple of weeks, maybe even as soon as like middle of April, just after Easter or before Easter, we could start with Star Trek New Voyages. So, but in the meantime, we will stick with the Star Trek fan films. And next week, I do want to pursue one of the Farragut ones because that was a good idea, Jay. Farragut is a very good series, and I wanted to pursue one of their first episodes.
You need to check out the first thing you need to check out of Farragut. Don't start with the episodes. Start with that 55-minute new movie that they
New movie?
start.
Okay.
It's with the it's in the Star Trek Wrath of Khan. What do you call that uniform? Burgundy or whatever uniform.
Burgundy uniform, the red uniform?
Yeah, the red uniform. Why can't I talk today? Sheep dip.
I don't know.
But
what? Okay. Well, okay. So, brother, we can start, like I said, with the 55-minute Farragut. Dan, is that okay?
because
Does that
that's
work for
their
you?
best one to date.
Yeah. Does that work for you, Sif Dan? Do you want to? Is it okay if you wanted to have me send you a copy of that film so you can watch it yourself too?
For Star Trek, if you send me a link, I will check it out. I may not be on your panel that week.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Next week. Oh, shoot. That's right. You're doing stuff. Oh, okay. Sorry. But I will send it to you anyway, so you get a chance to look at it. Palin, let's go to you. What do you think? You want me to go ahead and send you the Star Trek Farragut for next week?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, cool. How about you, Scott? And I'll try to get Eli in here too next week so he can see it as well. Scott?
Are you there,
I'm
Scott?
at Comic-Con next week. I don't know what time you're
Oh,
planning on
yeah,
doing it.
you do. Oh, shoot. I'm so sorry. Well, when you go to your con next weekend, please, if you run into Neotus, let us know, okay? And
Yeah.
and give us some information when you come back, all right?
All right.
So,
Cool.
Anchorman, are you going as R2D2 at Comic-Con since you are R2D2?
Yes.
No,
What are you going as, Scott?
I want to go as Batman, but I don't know if my parents will let me.
Well, why don't you go as why didn't you fake? I'll tell you what you could do. Your parents don't watch this, do they?
No.
What you could do is like go as a Jawa, right? And then have the
Maybe.
Batman costume on underneath the Jawa, you know,
Or
big,
have someone
Oh.
stick your Batman suit, give your Batman suit to a friend and have them meet you uh,
there you go.
somewhere away from your house, and you get it, put it on, and then go to the thing.
And put it on and go. There you
I
go.
thought about
There you
hiding
go.
it in a book bag.
Sounds
There you
good.
go.
Hey, that sounds
So,
great. Yeah.
I take it from what Jay is saying. He has personal experience from hiding things from people at Comic-Con or going to Comic-Con in secret.
No, you better not do that, Anchorman, because you don't want to get grounded if they figure out what you're doing. And you can't
Yeah,
go.
you don't want to
Oh
do
my
that.
God, that would be the worst.
Yeah, just
Oh,
try to
while
be.
I'm thinking about it, Mikey, I'd like to make a recommendation.
Yes.
Everybody, whenever you can soon, check out Charlotte Nightstar the Werewolf's new music video, Keep On Dancing Black Magic. It is rad.
Fantastic. Yeah, I've seen it. It's very good video. You know, Charlotte is very, as gentlemen, as you're all well aware, Charlotte Nightstar the Werewolf is very multi-talented. She says she plays a few instruments. I believe her. She can sing. She's got the chops. She's got the writing skills for songs and stuff. She's very, very talented. So make sure you check her channel out for sure. Make sure show the channel up there for yourself there, Charlotte. You can, you know, so that people can check out your channel. We got 6 people watching, so this is fantastic. I'm glad that you're all here to be with us today.
My favorite
There she is.
video of hers is your version 2. Love it. We listen to it all the time.
Oh wow, cool. See, there you go, Charlotte. You got a super fan. Well,
Damn
we're all
straight.
super
I
fans
mean,
of your
dang straight.
channel, mates. We're all fans of your channel, sweetheart. Definitely. Yeah, this is the new one. Yeah, if you want to play a couple seconds of it, go ahead, Charlotte.
I danced the night away, didn't get a notice how much time passed till the sun came up. The night had to end, but I know I'll be dancing again. Once the sun goes down, ready for tonight. Dance mania, like magic. High night fever, call it as you like. Can't get enough, gotta dance the night away and make space for the next one to come. Don't know what's gotten into me, been dancing every night since the night at the club where everything changed. Maybe there was magic cast on the shots I took. Maybe it was the music that made my soul go wild. I feel too good to think anything wrong. My dancing spirit's still going strong. Dance mania, like magic. High night fever, call it as you like. Can't get enough, gotta dance the night away and make space for the next one to come. Gonna keep on dancing till how I'm feeling, nothing to get from my soul. As long as I keep on dancing, the night's away, we'll walk through a new day. Oh yeah.
Wow, very cool. Yeah, that's a very cool video. Thank you, Charlotte Nightstar, so much for sharing that with us. That was wonderful. Alrighty. Well, I think with that, let's go ahead and promote each other's channels. Then we'll recognize everybody in the chat. Let's see here. We've got she said we disappeared. And she says we're back. Okay, and Sifdan has posted his 2 channels there. His first channel is the YouTube there for his regular sci-fi Sifdan. Then his Sorcerer Dan alternate world channel is the next one here. Is his second channel, so I got both those highlighted. There is Charlotte Nightstar, the Werewolves channel. Now, when you go to her channel, and if you attend any of her shows, make no, excuse me. Make sure that when you get on her panel, you say "oh." That is a requirement. You've got to say that. That's what she does, and it's a "oh." Yeah, and she says we can play it all for sure next time. Do we get to see you in the video? Sif Dan says, no, but I think that would be kind of cool to say it's an outline of her, like dancing in a club or something like that.
Don't
And
turn
here's my
around.
beautiful wife. Hello, everyone.
Hello,
This
darling.
is the beautiful Suzanne.
Howdy.
She's Moon Pie and Deja Vu's mom. Yeah, and she's right here with us. So
I know Renee would say hello to darling, but she's having to try to get a tree off of her lawn. It fell on her lawn during this bad storm we had.
oh no,
Let Renee know I say hello to.
yes.
Okay.
Oh, I love you. Okay,
Well, okay, I will
and
say that,
Helen
J-
Noyes channel.
I will say this, Jay. Just pray that that storm is not your girlfriend. If so, you'll be in big trouble.
Repeat that.
Say that one more time, Dan.
Just pray that storm was not your girlfriend.
Oh, yeah,
I pray I pray my girlfriend is a storm every night. Hot dog,
Well, there you
baby.
go, Dan. He just answered the question for you.
Really? So
Yeah.
you're saying as a thunderstorm or a little hurricane, you love to be thrown around by the wind? Or
Let's
get
just
rained
say if me and her get together, electricity starts, then possibly if we get alone, it's a major hurricane, typhoon.
Yeah, it's Hurricane Brother Jake coming in at Category 5. Everyone.
12.
At 12, yeah, Hurricane Renee, if she goes crazy. By the way, I have to show this to everyone, so I'm going to enlarge myself. Oh, God. Why did I just say that? That's
God
not
help
good. I didn't mean to say
that
that.
was a bad.
Oh, God, no. Okay, so look at these candy canes, everyone. Now, Christmas ended 3 months ago, almost. And my wife, as economical as they come, found over 12 boxes of these like laying around. They were going away basically almost for free. They were what, 25 cents
that's
each
not good for
per
your
box?
diabetes.
Oh, come on. This does not harm my diabetes.
2 a day is fine.
Yes, it does.
2 a day is fine.
Sugar.
No, it doesn't.
I had to learn that the hard way, brother. My A1C jumped to 12.8. I was on the verge of losing my kidneys and looking at dialysis and having to go on insulin if I hadn't changed my diet and changed my lifestyle. It is literally a lifestyle change when you get diabetes. You have to change, or
Well,
it's
we've
you're
been really
going to
good.
get worse and worse.
No, we've been really good, Jay, about changing. I still exercise every once in a while. I go out, I do stuff. I'm doing fine. Okay. We talked to my parents last night. This is just a minor, every once in a while. You know
That's
what we gave
I keep
up?
saying.
We gave up for Lent.
That's what I
Well, no,
said with my munch bars. It's just one now and then.
Yeah.
Well, my
what we did
diabetes
is,
specialist said the now and thens you don't need.
oh, sure. Well, I was going to say that the major thing we did give up for Lent this year was chocolate. We gave it up completely. So we have no chocolate in the house, nothing in our apartment, nothing anywhere hidden away anywhere. We're fine. We're totally fine as far as that goes.
I literally had to get, even brown sugar is bad for you. I had to get rid of my brown sugar. Had to get rid of any sugar.
Sure.
I had to get rid of breads. I can't even eat bread no more.
Yeah, I know. Well, we wheat bread. We gave up completely on white bread. We don't
Because
even touch white bread anymore.
what it is I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about me. Uh, my
Okay.
diabetes specialist, which I
Yeah.
don't know why my doctors never put me on a diabetic specialist in the first place. I thought they
Right.
knew about diabetes. Well,
Well, I
they
thought
said,
I
no,
knew,
you
and
need
I
a
didn't
diabetic
know.
specialist. Well,
Sure.
she says, I have to write down everything that I eat,
Mhm.
and I have to take my blood sugar before I eat and 2 hours after I eat. And I have
Yeah.
to write down exactly each ingredient of the food that I eat. So, and I have to write down the number of carbs of everything of each ingredient. And I
Right.
can't go over 100 carbs per meal.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah. Well, I say, you know what? All I can say to you, Jay, is
Because you
we
wanted me
always
to
pray.
stay here on this earth for you and Suzanne. Well,
Yes.
that's what I'm doing because she said, if you don't do this, you will be dead.
Hmm. Well, she would know then. She knows you better than you know
Yeah,
yourself. She's a
yeah.
smart person. You're smart, brother. You're smart to have Renee because I know she's smarter than you are.
Oh yeah, she's strict on. She does not let me fix my own plate. She fixes my plate for me,
This beautiful lady over here does the same thing for me, and it's always healthy. It's always healthy food, so you
and
don't
I
have to worry
can't
about it.
have nothing but only
Oh,
a half a cup of anything. I can't have.
great.
My plate cannot be full anymore. I can't
Yeah,
eat the
yeah,
way I used to. I had to
yeah.
literally change.
Okay, well, let's
It
get
was that
to
serious.
recognizing. Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, you just have to be careful. And you know what? I'm going to say this before I get a chance to go into all this. Uh, Dan, Palin, Scott, Charlotte, please, please watch your sugar intake. Watch what you do. You don't want to ever get any form of diabetes because it is the worst. I mean, it changes your whole outlook. It changes your entire diet. Like the things that you really enjoy, sweets and things like that. It's just a recommendation, but I'm telling you, don't ever get diabetes. Please try not to, because it's terrible.
Yes.
It is one of the worst
My
things to have
social
in life.
coordinator just found out she's a diabetic yesterday, and I
Yeah,
got on her. I said, "You do not let your doctor put you on metformin. It will kill your kidneys. I am a expert on metformin. Don't take it." I said.
yeah,
She said, "Well, what am I supposed to be on?" I said, "Make your doctor give you a Manjaro shot."
sure. Well, some
Because
people
that's
need
what
shots, and
got
some
my
people don't
A1C
do it.
down.
Yeah, right. And Sifdan said, with all that writing, Jay must be a great writer. So, when is your cookbook coming out, Jay? When is your cookbook coming out?
I should
That's what
make
he
a
asked.
cookbook because I
I think you
actually
should.
have to change my recipes
Yeah,
because of certain things that diabetes and affects diabetes and stuff. So
and
uh, all my recipes, I have to rechange them. But I could write a cookbook. I made a lot of recipes.
yeah. And Palin here, over there on the right corner, he says, I was pre diabetic before I lost the weight, and then I watched my mom and grandparents struggle with it. I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. It's a great motivator to lose weight. Amen to that. I totally agree. Charlotte also says, I'm doing shorts while on show and panel. Ha 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 ha. And Palin also says cutting out as much sugar as I could and then increasing the protein for satiation was key for me. Plus, drink a lot of water. You won't be as hungry. Disclaimer: I am not a doctor or expert in anything, just my experience. Well, you don't have to be a doctor when you know that you know like I said, just to go really quickly before I go into mentioning people, but the fact is, when Suzanne had already known that she had a form of diabetes. She already knew it. But for me, I had no idea. So when I found out that I had type 2, it radically changed my lifestyle. And I have to say, I'm blessed because one of the things that I want to mention real quick, one of the things that really adds to your diabetics problems is stress. And as long as I have a life with Suzanne and the cats are great for stress-free relief. They really are. It's better to have cats, but hey, some people like dogs, and that's fine too. Uh, you know, and yeah, Charlotte says eat lots of peanut butter and nuts for protein. Well, we do. We eat peanut butter. We do. So, and unless you're allergic to
But
peanut butter,
but also it's a darn if you do, darn if you don't on peanut butter because it's got sugar.
that's true. Because it's got sugar. That's true.
Sugar-free, natural.
And they add sugar to it.
Yeah.
Even the
Well, they
sugar-free
don't.
has sugar.
Okay. He says sugar-free even has sugar.
I had to research everything.
Yeah. Well,
And I found
no.
out that sugar-free stuff still has sugar in it.
Okay,
but
now
just
here's
not enough amount to make it where it's not called.
right.
They put just enough sugar in it to call it sugar-free, but
Right,
not
but
enough
Jay,
to where they can't say sugar-free.
sure. But
Hey,
Jay, what I'm
Mikey.
saying is, yeah.
I
Sorry, go
think
ahead, Scott.
I gotta leave for work in a bit.
Oh, okay. Before you leave, sir,
Okay.
would you go ahead, please, and promote yourself? Go ahead, Anchorman. Go ahead.
My channel is Anchorman on YouTube. You can follow my Instagram as well, and I guess Twitter and TikTok.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. And oh, by the way, Anchorman does have some great he has done he has some great videos that he shot, some fan reviews and some pop culture. So definitely check out Anchorman's channel. And Anchorman, have fun at the con next week.
Yeah, I'll have to tell you all about it.
Please do. We would love to hear from you on the show about that. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well,
All right.
thank you.
sir.
You have a
Well,
good
thank
night.
you for joining us on the panel, my friend.
Of course.
Take care of yourself, okay?
You
Please.
too.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
All righty. And so that's 5. Cool.
I would like
Well,
to say
thank you.
something to Paladoni.
Oh, yeah, well,
He
hold
says,
on.
drink a lot of water, you won't be as hungry.
Right.
Manjaro, the little long shot, it's not long, but it's a long, it suppresses your hunger. Manjaro. So
Yeah. And yeah, so yeah, we read that about Charlotte. Palin says cashews, almonds, walnuts are good too. I really do enjoy cashews. I'm allergic to almonds though. I found that out. And I'm also slightly allergic to walnuts. So, but I don't mind cashews and straight peanuts without any sugar or anything. See what Suzanne was just saying was if she goes to an organic store and puts the peanuts in naturally, no sugar, nothing added, and you can have wholesome organic peanut butter, still with all the protein, but without all the sugar. That's what she meant, Jay. That's what we eat. That's what we eat. So, yeah, that's what we were referring
oh
to.
my God.
Yeah,
oh
what?
my God, Sith Dan, you did not.
And we have PvP in the chat. Hello, PvP. Welcome. And he says you can get natural peanut butter that has no sugar. Yeah, that's what we just said, PvP. And oh, come on, Sifdan. Really? You sure love my nuts. Well, if you love my nuts, you're in trouble. And hi, PvP from Charlotte. Charlotte says, Sifdan. No, I thought you would say, bruh. I thought that's what you would say, Charlotte. And just don't go nuts. Oh, wait, too late. And PvP says, no, Adam's peanut butter has no sugar.
Oh God.
Fresh roasted peanuts and a dash of salt are the only ingredients in Adam's 100% natural creamy peanut butter. No added sugar, no preservatives, and no trans fat. Yeah, PvP, we've eaten that. We've eaten that peanut butter, Adams.
Mikey,
Yeah. What?
I just realized I'm stupid as all get out.
Why?
PvP at the end of his name says CA. I just realized
Yeah.
what CA means, certified accountant.
Canada.
I
Yeah.
did not know it meant certified accountant.
No. Oh man.
Oh, it don't?
Charlotte says,
What does it mean?
And LOL. That better, Mikey? Yes, much better. And
What does it mean?
PvP's hi Charlotte. You're my favorite Batgirl. Aw, that's so cute. And thank you, PvP. That's wonderful. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish. We'll say one more welcome to everybody. So there I am. I don't care who I am. There's my beautiful wife, Moonpie, and Deja Vu's mom. She has our lovely, Gorilla donated love song there. So get a chance to check that out if you do. Also, hey, Bedbug, you're not invited. There's Sif Dan. Hello, thank you for coming, Sif Dan, and being a part of our panel. Charlotte Nightstar the Werewolf. Ow, thank you so much, especially for all the help that you've given us today. Patrick Wise, thank you so much, my friend and brother, extended family, for being here today on the panel. We appreciate you being a part of it. Thank you again to Scott, our friend Anchorman. Make sure you check out his channel. He's got a lot of great content there. Also, his friend Eli, who is Little Blue. I know he couldn't make it today, and I'm sorry. Eli, I'll try to work on that to get you to next time, to try to get you up here first so we get it set. If not, I'll post the link in the chat briefly so that you can come and join, okay? Because I did that for Anchorman. I didn't know if you were still there. So I'm sorry if I didn't get to you today, but I know next week we're going to have the Star Trek fan film we're doing. So it's going to be the Farragut. It's a 55-minute film, so we'll do that next week. According to the poll results, Palandoy, thank you, Palin, for coming and being a part of this illustrious panel. Really appreciate you being here. Also, and Palin has great content as well. Sir Lemon Pie, he is our awesome, one of our 3 managing moderators to this channel, along with Connie Cleary and my beautiful wife. And they always maintain a great channel on here all the time we work. So thank you so much, Lemon Pie. We also had Gorilla's Censored Thoughts. He has a fantastic channel. He's got his Cinema Sundays. He's got his cigar lounges on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. He has Firefly that we're still covering on Thursdays. And of course, on Fridays, we do the Waltons, and it's just fantastic show. Also, there is Charlotte. She posted her theorysabers.com 2 times with the extra added nomenclature there. Curtis Selby, our tired midnight blogger, he usually helps co-host with me and Ezra and Kimmy Kim when we do Charlotte Nightstar's podcast interviews, or when she does it by herself. And then there's also her watch parties, which are just fantastic. You need to go to her channel and check out the interplay we had with a lot of shows there. There's also our friend Accounting Cheap. He's so much fun, and I've seen him here a few times. So thank you, Curtis, for coming by. Also, there's Sif Dan's 2 channels. He's got the first one there, which is that's the regular channel, right, Sif Dan? And then the second one is then the second one is your Sorcerer Dan Alt World. Yeah, so that's the second one. Oh, we just lost somebody. Who did we lose?
And Mikey, and before you officially wrap up, you want to get PvP's opinion on the fan film? He said he's seen it. You want to ask him the same 3 questions that you did us earlier? Maybe he's able to ask.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. I certainly can. Yeah, let me just finish here. There's Charlotte Nightstar the Werewolf's channel, and there is her or Palin's. I'm sorry, Palin's channel. He's working on a new primary one. He says here, and you can get natural peanut butter, and there's PvP. So thank you, PvP. Yeah, let me hold on just a sec here. Okay. There she goes. Oh, thank you, PvP. Big hugs. There's Brother Jay. Oh, it was Brother Jay. Jay, welcome back. You're supposed to do the prayer, brother. You know, we're almost there. So I'm glad you're back. And Charlotte says, Kitty. And Sif Dan says, the PvP got a chance to see the Star Wars fan film. And PvP hugs back. He says, yes. Okay, PvP, give me a minute. Let me post the link, and then I'm going to have to take it off. So make sure you get up here, okay? Okay. All right, so there is the StreamYard link. And, okay. Charlotte says, I got to go sadly. Love you all. Oh, okay. Well, we love you too, Charlotte. And I know you promoted your channel.
Love you, darling.
Love you, darling. And thank you so much for, you're our adopted daughter. You know that. Me and Suzanne love you. And take care of yourself, hon. And, yeah, thank you so much for your video earlier. I'm glad that you were here. Thank you for that. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and the real question is, Mikey, is PvP up for it to come up on panel? Is he up for it?
I'm sure he is. Yeah, we're fine. Oh, there goes Charlotte. Okay.
Of course, Canada. Dang.
Yeah, I always thought C is for Canada, Jay, but ask PvP. Love and peace. Thank you, Charlotte. We miss you. Thank you again for being here. There's PvP. Okay. Hello, PvP.
Hey there. Just give me a second.
Welcome. Yeah.
I've got to turn my sound down here.
Already?
There we go. And now I have to adjust my headphones because I still got the sound coming through my speakers on the top of the desk, and that's not good.
Okay. Well, while you work on that, let me finish through the chat here. Now I'm going to ask you the same 3 questions real quick, PvP, so you can let me know.
You're just about over, aren't you guys? I thought.
Almost, but we wanted to get your opinion because you said you've seen it, so I definitely want to hear what you say about it.
If it's the same one, I think somebody sent me a link a couple days ago.
I did. Shards of the Past, yeah, part 1.
That's probably the one then, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Charlotte says, yeah, LOL can go both ways, lemon pie, to be honest. Yeah, CA is Canada. CA is not California.
No.
Well, it's also California, but that's
the thing is, if you notice on the internet, if it's a Canadian website, it'll be .ca at the end.
Yes.
Often,
often.
It's usually not .com. It's usually .ca.
And Jay, you said calling him a chartered accountant is hilarious. And Charlotte is laughing, PvP. And then hi to Charlotte, and she says, "Will do, y'all. More big hugs." Yeah, she had to go because she's working on stuff. Take care, Charlotte. Thank you, Palin. Thank you. I'll highlight that one. Alrighty. So, PvP. So, Vader, Shards of the Past, Part 1. It's on that Star Wars theory. His name is Nietos Dabe. I'm never going to forget that name now.
Wow.
But he did a part 1 of something that I truly believe that, like, right after Return of the Sith, after episode 3, you could throw this right in there. And then you could throw in the one we did 2 weeks ago with Star Wars Kenobi, which is a good one too, which you could throw.
Okay, that one I have not seen.
That one is good. You should check that out. Yeah, check out our previous fan film we discussed about Star Wars Kenobi. That was about 2 weeks ago.
Just send me a link on Facebook then, Mikey.
I will. I'll send it to your Facebook.
Just message me on Facebook.
I will.
You can post stuff there, no problem. Unlike Twitter, who won't let you post links for some bizarre reason, right?
I don't know. And
Facebook,
by the way, they won't let us. Yeah, there's another thing I found out. They won't. StreamYard won't let us go. You know how we were able to connect and talk to people in the chat? Well, now we have to go literally to the YouTube channel that we have running the stream itself and talk from there. We have to have 2 windows open to work on. I don't know why they did that.
Oh, there's the private chat I still see here on the right-hand side.
Yeah, private chat is private chat works
But
fine.
you're right. Didn't there used to be something on the left-hand side of the screen
And you used to be able to just
you
type
could-
in,
you
with
could
your Google and
yak away back
Yeah.
and forth, and
Yeah.
even yak with, I think, people that were just watching the stream. Well,
Just
that's
talking.
really wow. Way to go, StreamYard.
yeah,
Like they
right.
first they jerk the customers around by jacking up the prices, and
Yeah.
then they take away features. Like you don't put your
Take away
prices up and then take away and give people less.
Yes.
Ugh, makes me
Oh,
angry.
we just lost Jay again.
Oh,
Yes.
I must have scared Jay off of my rage.
Whoa. Come on back, Jay. You're supposed to do the prayer.
Yeah, okay, it's
Almost
okay,
done.
Jay. I'm Canadian. I'm not going to harm you.
All right, and Mikey, your next two questions should try to stay on topic for PvP.
Yeah, how about yeah. We need that gorilla clip with Joe Biden go, come on, I got things to do today or
Well, we
whatever.
got to stay on the topic. Oh, look, ice cream. Yeah, I do remember that. I'll have to borrow that.
It's like that
I'll
old
have to
joke.
borrow that from him.
It's like that old joke. Squirrel.
Squirrel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome back, Jay. Welcome back.
Anyway, you had a
okay.
question.
Anyway, yeah. So the question was PvP. You have seen it, obviously. So,
Yeah, a
what
couple
was
days
your
ago.
what was your best scene from it? And you could combine that with your best initial impression of it. And then, what's your letter grade? I just need a letter grade.
That's the thing. If I would have known I was going to be on a panel doing this today, and I totally forgot you were even doing this, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
Because it's been that kind of week, actually, Mikey.
Yeah.
Not the best week. And I watched it like 3 days ago, so my memory's already fading. Gosh, I mean, I thought the whole thing was really well done. Like, I don't know if I have a favorite scene, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess there was, what was it? Was there the lightsaber battle?
Yeah. So what he did is that what Vader did is he pulled out his lightsaber. He's ready to cut Emperor Palpatine. I'm sorry, YouTube overlords, but he's ready to cut his head off. And then Palpatine throws his big bolt of blue lightning. He literally goes from his reserves, and he literally is killing Vader. He's trying to kill him. And then he says, let the hate flow through you. Let the hate
That's probably that whole sequence. That whole sequence, I guess, when the Emperor and Vader are fighting it out. I mean, that whole sequence is really good. So I'd probably go with that. That's kind of like the climactic scene, isn't it?
I think so. I think so.
And seeing Vader down and out, like we never saw that in the real Star Wars very much, right?
No, not very much. But
So
when we
seeing
did
Vader,
seeing
Vader suffering like that at the hands of the Emperor was kind of fun, I gotta say. Actually,
oh, that was a lot of fun. Yeah, but he got his revenge, didn't he? In Return of the Jedi, when you see him using the bolts of blue lightning on Luke, and he's pissed off. He's finally like, "That's it, I've had it." And he grabs him, literally takes him up, and throws him down the shaft. But then we thought he was dead. But then they created clones for Episode 9.
Oh boy!
The Return of Skywalker. Oh,
yeah, for me, Star Wars ended after the third movie.
Yes. Yeah, it ended after Return of the Jedi. I totally agree.
I don't care. The prequels, the sequels, the whatevers, the TV spin-offs, the cartoons, geez, there's so much I don't even know anymore what Star Wars is supposed to be.
We don't even like to mention the Star Wars holiday TV special.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that's better than some of the recent stuff. I still have that image of Luke Skywalker drinking the green titty milk. And I just can't ever get that image out of my head. It's like too gross to forget,
Wait. So there's a Star Wars holiday special. Where's that neuralizer?
Yeah, where is that neuralizer? I'll have to stab you all with it here at the panel, so you don't remember it. Oh my god!
Yeah, that's right. The Christmas gift you give to an enemy, right? The Star Wars special DVD.
Well, that's what he says. You don't like talking about Life Day at B. Arthur in Star Wars? She was the best part of that special, which says something. You know what? I don't have an issue with B. Arthur palette. What I had an issue with was Diane Carroll, even though she's a great singer back in the day. like she's singing something and it's looking all psychedelic and weird and disco-y, and I'm like, come on, you don't put a disco type song into a holiday special based on a on a sci-fi franchise. I mean,
What
come on.
year did that special come out?
1978, and it had Art Carney in one of his last roles before he died.
I like
so,
Art Carney. Art Carney.
Yeah.
Ed Norton is one of the great comedic characters in TV history.
Yeah, and
I mean, Norton was great.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you definitely can't mention like if you're going to mention B. Arthur, like I said, you need to mention Art Carney, Palin, for sure. Yeah, because
I like Art
he
Carney.
did
Art
okay.
Carney was a great actor. I still remember him in that Twilight Zone when he was playing the Santa Claus department store guy. Man, that's a good episode. That one brings tears to my eyes every Christmas when I watch it. It's so
Well,
good.
we should PvP when you get your channel up and running. We should definitely do some Twilight Zone episode reviews. Definitely.
Oh, I want to do so much, and it's just now I'm going to be working at
The
8
original,
more
though.
hours a week. I'm going to be up to 28 hours a week now.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
struggling with 20. Now I got to work at least a month. My boss said I got to do extra time because we got all these new people signed contracts, I guess, and now she's training 3 people currently, but they're not going to be, ready to go for like a month, she says. So,
Right.
and since I'm one of the ones that's probably been there the longest now, because I've seen lots of people come and go in the last 5 years, right? So now I got to step up to the plate and try and hit a home run, every week. So yeah.
Oh, of course. And Lemon Pie says the sequels were overall a disappointment, though they had some good points here and there. I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, Sifdan and I have talked about it before. The sequels aren't the greatest, but I mean, there are a few moments that you don't mind. I love seeing Snoke killed. That's pretty awesome. I mean, to have the two of them battling out everybody else.
I didn't like the first one where they ripped off the chariot race from Ben-Hur.
Yeah, that
really pissed me off. And I paid money. And I actually saw that in the theater and paid money.
Oh yeah, about with the from Phantom Menace.
I almost wanted to talk to the manager to ask for my money back. I was so cheesed off when I saw that film.
Yeah,
that was
for the pod racing. For the pod racing,
pod racing.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus, Ben-Hur did this 50 years ago, and they did it better.
With men and horses.
I was like,
chariots.
George, seriously, George, we got to talk. We got to pull
Lucas
to the side. Say, hey, buddy, you're going off the rails with this. I didn't mind Attack of the Clones though. Was that the one where they had that big weird monster in the arena? That weird freaky thing. I like that sequence was kind of fun, I gotta say.
Yeah.
So there were elements in that.
Ellen is saying oh, I'm sorry, PP. Ellen is saying Art Carney, if I recall, was reduced to being a alien chef of sorts. Yeah, I guess so. And Palin says it was a special though where Boba Fett was officially introduced in the cartoon short with a horrible lewing rendition of Han Solo with a unique voice for okay, yeah. And Lemon Pie says the casting was decent. They had much more potential, but lazy and disorganized approach to the storyline ruined them. Yeah. It's the writing was not the best. By the way, PvP, I forgot to ask you. I'm sorry, I forgot to ask you what was the grade that you gave for Vader Shards of the Past?
Gosh, I really thought it was. I mean, the guy raised quite a bit of money, though. I mean, it wasn't like a cheapo production, right? Like there was some professional talent behind this. Yeah. I mean, what did he raise? Was it over $1 million or something? I read something.
He raised he has over 1 million subscribers on his channel. And the last couple of years, he put this out in 2019. He completed it in 2018. So now it's been 6 years. Right. So now it's been 6 years. He's only done, sit down. He's only done like that part of like part 2 where he meets him in the
teaser trailer, basically.
Right, a trailer. It's just a trailer where he meets him in the cave and he sees Mace Windu. Oh, he's alive, and all this other stuff.
I'm just
So I mean,
wondering,
that's
though,
it.
like,
And then he was, yeah, and then he was
does he?
supposed to do a part 2 completely and hasn't
Uh-huh.
done it. And then he's
Well,
still trying to do a part 3 as well. So
yeah.
he needs money.
Hey, it's like I have a problem getting my laundry done a lot of weeks. Like, so give the guy some slack, right? Like.
No, and don't forget we had that dreaded C virus. We don't want to mention it here.
Oh yeah,
Okay?
yeah,
But
yeah.
we had
That
that dreaded C virus that lasted what, about 4 years at
I don't
least,
know. I
from
don't even want to think
2019 to
about it.
2023 at least.
I don't
So
want to
I
think
can
about it.
I can totally understand that Neotus, that's his real name, that Neotus had an issue with that and he couldn't put together stuff.
Well,
So I
he
totally get that.
did he
I get
have?
it.
He must have had some kind of production crew to help
Mishaps.
him put that
For
together,
sure.
right? Because
To
it
put
was
that
very,
together. He did.
very. It
He
was
he
professional
drew.
quality.
Oh, it is. He drew from the best people. He really
Yeah.
did. So, of
So
course, when we had
maybe,
this terrible thing, he couldn't do it. So,
maybe I'm thinking the reason the second part hasn't got done yet is
yeah.
because maybe he's had some issues with some of the production people that worked on the first one, and maybe
Well,
they flaked out and flaked off, and because stuff
yeah.
happens right behind the scenes.
Right.
You
Well,
know.
now Disney technically still owns the property. It owns
Mhm.
Lucasfilm. It owns ILM. It owns Skywalker Sound. Everything that Lucas sold his soul for.
So
But there was a company. I think it's Amazon or one of these other companies that
I
wants
don't
to
know.
take over, and Paramount that wants to take over Disney. And
Oh,
if they take
Amazon's
their
taking over the
properties,
Bond franchise, right, Mikey? So
yeah, sure. Yeah.
yeah.
And if they do, they can bring it back. And I mean, that would be and better.
Hmm.
So I'm really hoping that Neotus can come in there because he knows everybody. He knows most everybody that works for Lucasfilm and stuff.
Oh,
And
really?
he can go there and talk to them and
Oh,
say, hey, look, if you want me to take over and do a complete movie of part 2 and then part 3 of Vader and this whole thing that fills in between and run it as a trilogy of my own and build it, then if you're willing to work with me on it, we can put this out there. I would go and watch it in the theater. I absolutely would. I would
I
have
would.
no
I would
problem.
watch the fan film in the theater if I got a chance.
Well,
Sure.
Mikey,
Because
I
it
want to
was
tell you.
very. By the way,
Yeah.
I didn't get around to giving my rating yet.
Yeah, no. What was your what was you I think you said an A, didn't you?
I would get it A plus territory. I thought it was excellent. I really, and
Fantastic.
I'm not the biggest Star Wars. I'm not like Sith Dan that lives and breathes Star Wars 24/7, right?
I don't
I'm
know
a
if you
Tre-
look
I'm
at
a,
things
I'm
like
a, I'm a
24/7.
but I'm a Trek guy. I'm a Trek guy. Always will be a Trek guy, right? Because
And so it's yeah.
TOS was my first love not my first love as a TV series. That would be Disney's Zorro, which is an absolutely fabulous show with Guy
With Guy
Williams of Lost in
Williams.
Space
Yeah,
fame.
very good
Oh
stuff.
my.
Yeah.
I tell you, I would love to do watch parties of that. Although I'd be a little nervous of actually publicizing it because I know how Disney loves to just kick the crap out of fans who show their material in public. So I kind of would hesitate to do that, but I would love to do watch parties because you realize Zorro started in 1957, I believe, before I
Yes.
was even born. This is
Right.
how old this show is. It started, I believe, in the fall of 1957 with Guy Williams. They got 2 seasons in, and it was hugely popular. Like, it was one of the big shows back then. There was all kinds of lunch pails and coloring books and all kinds of Zorro merch. Even back in the late 50s, merchandising
It came out.
was
It
a thing.
literally came out 2 years. This is the thing. This is how old it is. It came out literally 2 years after Walt Disney opened his doors at Disneyland. Okay, 55. So you had Zorro came out in 77 or 57.
57.
And it's 68 years old. So 2 years before you were created. So
Basically.
Well,
I came along probably about a year after the show started.
58. So yeah.
I was born in May of 1958 when I came along.
Okay, so a couple months in a year. Yeah. There we go.
Something like that.
Yeah. Well, I remember the Mickey Mouse Club even when I was born, and they had the Mickey Mouse Club. They did
you had a big
reruns
crush.
on
You had a big
TV,
crush
and I
on.
was watching that. So
You had a big crush on Net Funicello, didn't you?
Not me. No. I had no. Not
Nope.
not in that. No. I had it on the gal that was started with an M. She was
Gosh, I don't know. I actually never saw. I've never seen that show.
I'll look back over the old episodes. They're on there. They're on there on YouTube somewhere. So
okay, yeah. I
anyway,
anyway,
well, I
yeah,
was waiting for Jay to get back so he could go ahead and
yeah, sure.
give us our
No,
prayer going
I
out,
don't
and
mind.
then
I can over talk you for a while there, Mikey.
uh,
Sorry,
Well,
by
I
the
will
way,
s-
we
I-
do
well, I
over
will
talk each
s-
other quite well.
I will say
Yeah.
this. I did just comment this in the private chat, but the only way Disney and Lucasfilm will let Star Wars Theory create his own trilogy is if he sells his soul and pushes their ideological agenda
Oh
nowadays.
God, no.
yeah.
Better to just stay a fan. Better just to be a
This
fan.
created as a fan film trilogy, right, Dan?
Keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it authentic. Because
Keep it authentic.
authenticity is one of the rarest things in the world right now, guys.
Yeah.
There's so
Well, they
much
can't find it.
phony baloney out there. You really
Yeah.
got to question everything, basically, right?
Well, if he keeps it to a download like he did for this film, which I thought, like I said, it was an A++ for me. It
Just
was
keep it subtle.
fantastic.
Keep it subtle. Fly under the radar. Don't let the big guns get the
Right.
radar on you.
Yeah.
Oh, I just wanted to finish my thoughts on Zorro, if I may, Mikey.
Right. Go ahead.
Well, it was the first show because I was seeing reruns of it. I think it was around 1960, 61. Like I was little. I was like 3 or 4 when I started watching Zorro because they used to show reruns every afternoon before the news. Right?
That was before they called them reruns, though. That was before they called them.
They were reruns, though, because the show had ended by that point.
Sure. But yeah.
Actually, it was a huge hit. It was really top-rated show. And I'm sure Disney would have done a 3rd season. The only problem was the Disney had some falling out with the TV network, I believe it was, who wanted to start paying less money to broadcast the series. And since Disney was going to take a hit to the cash flow, he was like, no, screw you guys. If you want to get a good top rated show like Zorro on your TV network, you either pay up or I'm going to cancel the frickin' show. And that's exactly what Walt did. He canceled the show. And instead of a season 3, there was I believe 4 TV movies came out that would have been the 3rd season. So there's 4 90-minute movies, which is basically season 3, essentially. But the thing unusual about Zorro, I really want to mention this. For 1957, Zorro was the first show, I believe, that actually had an ongoing storyline. Because they would take, I think the first season was 28 episodes or something, right? They would do a 14 episode story because I remember the first storyline, it ran for 14 episodes. Episode 1, episode 2, episode 3. It was an ongoing story, not episodic TV.
Welcome back, Brother Jay.
But it was not episodic television like all the other shows were back then, right? It actually had an ongoing, continuous storyline. And they would do that a couple of different stories a season, I think, pretty much. So that was very unusual. That was decades ahead of its time because ongoing storylines didn't start to really become a thing until, I don't know, 90s.
Something like that. Yeah. And PvP, do you want to read what Sif Dan just asked you?
PvP, is your birthday on May 10th? If so, that is the same as my parents' anniversary. Nope, missing it by a few days there, Dan. But it's close. It's close.
Pretty close. Okay. So, Jay, welcome back. Jay, if you would, please. Hello, sir. Jay, if you would you go ahead and give us the outgoing prayer, please? I'll highlight you. Give me a minute.
Dear Heavenly Father,
yeah,
I'd like to thank you, Father, for this chance to come again in Christian fellowship, Father. We thank you for this channel and channels like MikeySuzeFour, where we can come and where we're not afraid of being bullied or harassed. thank you, Father, for another chance to come here. We enjoyed this topic. It's good Christian fun. Father, you know that we all have petitions on our hearts and minds. We lift our prayers up to you. I especially, Father, ask you to please be with Mikey and Suzanne and uh, PvP and Sith Dan and Palin and everyone that was in the the chats and the panel, Father, and Charlotte, of course, and
Patrick.
Patrick and Anchorman.
Yeah.
And Father, I also lift up Larry, brother Larry, who is going through some tough times, Father. Give him the strength to continue his trials, Father, and his tribulations. And Father, I ask you once again to please be with Emily and Kevin of just some reactions. They are still not able to come back on YouTube due to his new work schedule and also her sickness. Um, we don't know what it is. She doesn't and doesn't need to tell us, but we pray for her, Father. We pray that for their grief to subside because they have lost loved ones, Father. And Father, I just ask you to please be with our president and our Congress and Senate and our courts, and that they can all come together and do what is right to, yes, make America great again. We need to get this country back to where we can lower our debts and make the people healthy again. We have so much food out there, Father, that is so unhealthy for us. It is causing so many diseases and sicknesses, Father. And Father, I ask you to be with us as we go and come back again next time, Father. We left all these things in Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen and amen.
Amen to you, brother.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Thank you so much. An extra prayer going out there for Larry and Diane and Tyler and Larry's sister, all of the entire family. Make sure they get through their terrible situation and that they continue to have fun in their lives. And please protect Larry when he goes on his trip across the country from California all the way to Illinois to Chicago. And hopefully he'll run into my friend PJ Destin out there so that they can have some fun. And hopefully he got to meet, travel with Lisa. We haven't seen her yet, but hopefully he got to see her. And hopefully Suzanne and I will get to see her in May. So with all that, Lord, thank you very much. Amen and amen. Okay, so today, thank you so much, everyone, for being here. We got 2 people still watching, so that is totally cool. Please make sure you hit the like button if you really enjoyed us today with this wonderful, illustrious panel we've had with Sif Dan, with Palin, with Brother Jay, with PvP, with our brother Patrick Wise, with our sister Charlotte Nightstar the Werewolf, and with Anchorman, who is Scott, and also Eli, who is our friend Little Blue. He's always come up here and had some fun with us. So please, and PvP, of course. So with everyone, I wanted, and Daniel, Sif Dan, my wonderful sidekick here to help me out. And my beautiful wife, Suzanne, my beautiful cat, Spoon Pie Deja Vu. I want to thank all of you for being here today, for helping us out, doing another Star Wars fan film live stream. Next week, we're going to do, again, we'll go back to our Star Trek fan films, as you asked for in the poll. And we did get a suggestion from Brother Jay with a 55-minute film known as Star Trek Farragut. So we will check that out during the course of this week. And I will send a copy to everybody I got on the list here that joined us on the panel today so they can join us next week. I know some of you are going to be in your Comic Cons. I know Scott is. I think Eli is too. And
excuse me.
Helen, I think, might be going. I'm not sure. But if you do go, please, you know what? When we see the following weekend, let us know how it went. Let us know what the people you ran into and everything. We can do a whole special stream about that and get your reports from where you had from the Comic Cons. That would be that would be very appreciated. And then Sifdan says, once you reveal your secrets to me, I shall be the master. Oh, once you reveal your secrets to me, I shall be the master and take over the channel. Yeah, right. Okay. So thank you again, Brother Jay, for that wonderful prayer. Thank you so much. All right, on behalf of everybody. So remember, God bless the chat. God bless everybody here. Don't forget, our brother Larry always says, always be yourself. Great piece of advice. Our wonderful wife my wonderful wife over here and co-wife of this guy down there, for some reason, says, leave everything.
There's a story we haven't heard here.
For some reason.
Okay, what's going on?
Make me make a trip to Canada to slap you.
See, I thought you were paying attention.
Get him, Suzanne. Get him.
I do have to.
She's laughing at you.
I gotta throw in. Oh my.
Oh my.
I tell you
Anyway.
that oh my thing never gets old. I gotta say.
No, it never does.
Good.
I just saw a picture. Well, actually, a video. This happened in Missouri. A small plane was allowed to lift off while a tornado was heading to the airport.
Nice.
Idiots. We have idiots that are in control of our air traffic controllers.
I did not know Carl had a pilot's license.
Yeah. Hey, Pelin, did you get a chance to promote your channel?
Yeah, I think I just promoted the hiking channel for now since I'm setting up a new primary one.
Awesome. Yeah, please check out Pelin because he's got some great material there. Got some good content. And I know Sifdan, right? You promoted your two channels. Okay, so we got you covered. PvP, by the way, I'll do this for him real quick. He has some fantastic, and I'm telling you, fantastic playlists there. He's got The Damned. He's got David Johansen, who just passed away. New York Dolls. He's got the first couple albums there for them. His Hot when he went solo and everything like that. So please check out PvP's playlist at his channel there, PleasantValleyPicker.ca.
I actually don't have any Buster Poindexter on.
Not yet? Okay, well, when you get Buster, we'll do Buster.
I did put up the two original Dolls albums from the early 70s, which is the only two actual albums the original band ever put out before they got kicked off their record label because of poor sales, which is sad. Because those albums still hold up. They're incredibly energetic, heavy, hard rocking albums. Like, seriously, the Dolls were like years ahead of their time. They basically were punk about 5 years before punk rock hit, but they weren't just punk. They were a really talented, very tight group of musicians. Definitely. And I also put up my favorite solo album by David once the Dolls, broke up and, they were history. He put out 4 solo records back in the day, in the late 70s, early 80s. I put out his second one called In Style on my channel. And In Style is a superb album. It's much smoother. It's much more, less hard rock, but it's got gorgeous strings. It was co-produced, by the way, by a guy you might have heard of named Mick Ronson, who was David Bowie's guitarist.
Ronson. Yeah.
As a producer, Ronson should be a legend because he produced so many great albums in his day. And this was one of the ones he produced with David. And the string arrangements, there's saxophone on there. It's a gorgeous album. And it rocks. It still rocks, but it's got a lot of beautiful songs on it. So check it out.
Oh, definitely will. Okay, so like I said, I was just finishing. So Suzanne says, leave everything in God's hands. Great piece of advice from my minister wife of the Universal Life Church, who we found out yesterday is a circuit preacher from Gorilla. Thanks, Gorilla, for that.
Is that different than being a circuit judge?
Yes.
Oh, so she doesn't have to go and pronounce pronounce
No.
any
But
nasty
she
stuff
can
on
go,
people. Okay.
yeah, but she can go to rural areas and preach, and also
Cool.
the gospel, and she can,
Nice.
do weddings, do funerals, whatever in a rural setting. So yes,
Okay.
she's
Hey,
got that.
Mikey.
She has that right. She has that right. And of course, what I always say here on this channel is always expect the unexpected, everybody or everyone. And last but not least, don't forget about Gene Siskel from the Chicago Tribune, who said, "And now the aisle is closed," and he is up there with the big man. So, Mr. Roger Ebert. So that show is officially over, but they're probably doing something in heaven. They're probably booking movies or saying, "Yeah, this movie's great, that movie's great," whatever. They're probably doing that. And last but not least, God bless America, God bless Canada, God bless the entire freaking world we live in. And for everybody here, peace from MikeySuzeFour, from my beautiful wife, and from our
Live
beautiful
long
cat.
and prosper.
And everybody, if I know PvP can't show, but Dan, Pellin, if you want to show yourselves real quickly, say goodbye. Say goodbye to the entire group.
Goodbye,
here.
everyone.
Hey, there
Take
we
care,
are.
everybody. Yeah.
Okay,
Peace
so
always.
Mikey, you're Curly, and Dan is Mo.
Yep.
So where's the third guy? Who's the third guy going to be?
Brother Jay. Brother Jay is
Larry.
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
Larry. Okay,
He's Larry.
I just wanted to confirm that. I wasn't sure about that.
But it's okay. We're confirmed. Yeah, there he is.
I'm Curly. What are you talking about?
Oh, maybe we got too early.
Helen, do you want to show yourself real quick, my friend? Just real quick. Just say goodbye or hasta la vista.
I mean, once I get a better
Goodbye.
camera, maybe.
So
I already
long.
have one.
Oh, okay.
So tell me.
I'll get a camera when I get a better face. How's that sound?
There you go.
So I take it. So me, Mikey, and Jay are the three stooges. I think PvP is Shimp and the
Yep.
replacement stooge.
Shimp?
After
Hey!
Shirley,
After I die.
Stuff.
PvP could be Shemp.
Oh man, I don't want to be
Shemp.
Shemp. Shemp was he was never as good as the original three. Come on.
Oh, but he was there. Come on.
Oh,
With the exception of the original Curly, I love the second Curly Joe. He was great.
Yeah, we forgot about him. The other one, the one
man.
Joe.
Yeah.
What was his name? Not Curly Joe, but the other one, the Joe Rapolo, whatever his last name was. Yeah, there was two Joes. Yeah.
Oh boy.
So
They called him Curly Joe. It was Joe. I can't remember his name. I thought it started with an M.
Yeah. All right.
I
Yeah.
haven't thought about the Stooges in so long. I'd have to do some homework again to remember all those guys.
I'm sure we'll do that. But let's get out of here, guys. Take care, everybody. Thank you.
I saw a coffee mug that said, "May your coffee be stronger than your daughter's attitude."
Okay, we're going to end with that.
Okay.
Take care, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Say bye. Say bye, Danny.
Bye-bye.